we're going to start off with the commitment of none other than 2027 quarterback Kharim Hughley, out of none other than Gainesville, Georgia. Clemson fans should be very familiar with the high school down in Georgia, Gainesville, Georgia. That is where the elite product Deshaun Watson came from, and brought us our very first national title in a long time. So everybody knows the pedigree and the legacy that he left. And then we got another guy, another 4-star big time quarterback commit out of the state of Georgia today in Kharim Hughley. Really excited about this guy. Not your biggest guy, not going to blow you away by his measurables or anything like that. I think he checks in at 5'11". They got him listed at 190 pounds right now. But a baller. You turn on the tape, this dude's a baller, an absolute just playmaker, a guy that is not afraid to stand in the pocket and get hit and deliver the ball. But tell us a little bit about Kharim, Jordan, and what Clemson fans are getting with this commitment, and how excited should they be for the future of Clemson quarterbacks in this Garrett Riley system?
Yeah, I mean, Kharim's recruitment was kind of an interesting one. You know, if you guys have been following the 2027 developments in Clemson's recruiting class, especially as far as quarterbacks go, you know, they had 4 quarterback offers out. You know, that's not something that you typically see from Clemson, but you've started to see it in the last couple of cycles. You know, really being aggressive, you know, and being proactive in terms of getting offers out there, especially proactive as far as, you know, Clemson recruiting standards are concerned. As you know, Peyton Houston was obviously the biggest name that Clemson had out as an offer. But you also had Teddy Gerard and Trent Seaborn who got offers last week as well. So there was kind of a question about, okay, well, where was Clemson going to go? You know, this was one where it was kind of whoever takes the offer first, they get it. I mean, Clemson really liked all 4 of those guys and felt that any of them could have been the quarterback in this class. So, you know, with Kharim, I think Kharim was probably the most surprising, just because you know, his relationship with Clemson hadn't really gone much beyond when he camped with Teddy Gerard last month. So there was kind of, you know, still a feeling out process, but, you know, his recruitment has kind of been taken a different shape, a different color. And I think part of it is because he just has not seen the level of, you know, suitors and offers until just, you know, recently. When you compare him to a guy like Peyton Houston, who's been sought after for quite some time, you know, he's been a known commodity, at least in the recruiting world, for at least a couple of years. And obviously he's going to be one of the most sought after quarterbacks in the class. But I think Kharim, what you see from him on tape is just flat out a baller, man. You know, I think his arm talent is pretty incredible. Honestly, I think he might have the second best arm in terms of the 4 quarterbacks that Clemson offered. I mean, Teddy Gerard, maybe him and Teddy might be tied. It's kind of close, but I think their arms are very comparable. But what you see on tape is with Kharim is not just the arm talent, but the athleticism, the escapability, the gamer mentality that we talked about, and it's pretty impressive. I mean, when you watch his film, because quite frankly, Gainesville's offensive line, you'll see in a lot of the clips, you know, they gave up a lot of pressure last year. And he was able to make things happen, and he made some absolutely incredible throws. The first throw on his sophomore tape is him taking a massive hit while throwing a beautiful deep over route to a receiver for a touchdown. Like it doesn't get much better than that. I mean, standing in the pocket, delivering throws, but also having that ability to escape and make plays with his legs. And you know, I think with Clemson, I think there's another level that I think Kharim could take. I mean, I think he's still developing physically in a lot of ways. And, that's one of the things that I think is really, really exciting. If you're a Clemson fan, when you watch him, is the kid is not anywhere close to being finished as a finished product. And I think Garrett Riley really, really likes what he saw from him. And I think when he camped, um, at the Dabo Sweeney camp, I think that solidified things for him. And so Kharim was a guy that I wasn't expecting to commit this early. And I don't think a lot of people expected him to commit this early. But I think the offer from Clemson, I think it resonated, and they showed that they really, really liked him. And he decided to pull the trigger. And I can't be more excited. It's huge to get a player of his caliber in the class this early to join Max Brown. I expect them both to be really, really strong recruiters for this 2027 recruiting class. So again, just a massive get for the 2027 class. And you're really starting to see the shape of Garrett Riley and the imprint Garrett Riley is leaving on this quarterback room, and how it's developing. Obviously Kay Klubnik will be gone after this year, but and Chris Vizina has been in the class or been in the building since Garrett Riley got there. But now you have Chris Denson, Garrett Riley recruit, mobile guy, has and a really, really nice arm talent too. Tate Reynolds, a really phenomenal, filled out athlete that I think is only scratching the surface of his potential and what he could be. And now you have Kharim Hughley, who fits a lot of what Garrett Riley likes. Like I said, I think he's going to continue to develop physically, but the arm talent is there, and the mobility and the gamer mentality that he has. Look, I mean, you just see those throws, and it's effortless the way it comes out of his arm. So you have to be really excited about what he brings to the table.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Definitely a gamer. You can see the tape there. You mentioned the throws. I mean, this offensive line is doing him no favors at Gainesville. No disrespect to the offensive line, but they allow a ton of pressure, and you see him on multiple throws there, standing in the pocket, knowing he's about to get hit, and still delivering a ball. And then when he needs to escape the pocket and extend the play, he does that really well. He gets his shoulders back square to the line of scrimmage and delivers some great balls to wide receivers on the run. So that's one of the things that obviously makes him attractive to an offensive coordinator like Garrett Riley, that likes a combination of arm talent mixed with athleticism. And I think that's exactly what you get in Kharim. You get that talent, that athleticism, that ability to extend plays, that ability to pick up a first down when need be with his legs. But he doesn't necessarily lead with his athleticism. You see the throws that he makes there. He's constantly looking downfield in order to make plays with his wide receiver in the throwing game, or in the passing game, I should say. And then you can see his athleticism there just taking off when nothing's there downfield. He's very capable of hurting you with his legs as well. So really excited about this guy. I think it's a great get for the Tigers, and you're really starting to see Garrett Riley's type start to take shape when you see these multiple recruits that he's bringing in to Clemson's quarterback room. He certainly has a type, and it's a mixture of arm talent mixed with the athleticism. So I think Clemson fans should be very excited about this 2027 class so far. Very early, only 2 recruits, but you got 2 really, really good recruits already committed in the class.
Absolutely, and they're going to serve as the foundation for the rest of this class. The reports on Kharim is he's his personality type. He's the type of guy that other guys will want to follow. And I think that as much as anything is really important when you're scouting a quarterback. It's like, okay, well, do other kids want to play with him? I mean, he can, maybe he can play, but maybe he doesn't have the personality. He doesn't have the gravity to him to really attract other guys. But when you get to know him and the people that have talked to him, he's a kid that absolutely fits that mold of a true recruiter. And Clemson has done a good job with that, of getting those types of guys in early in the class, and it's certainly helped a ton when it comes to filling the rest of the class out. So again, super excited about Kharim, and
Yeah.
I think he's scratching the surface of his potential.
Yeah, absolutely. Still a work in progress. A lot of time for him to improve and get better. But you certainly like the intangibles of him, and you certainly like what you see so far. And can't wait to see him in a Garrett Riley system. Isaac makes a great point. If he's anywhere near as good as the last quarterback we got from Gainesville, I think we'll be okay.
Oh yeah.
Not that he's a Deshaun Watson. I'm not saying that at all. I don't think Isaac is either. But if he's half as good as that, I think we'll be just fine.
Oh yeah.